or get somebody to coach their teams.
Would that work the same way with the draft, kind of a GM type atmosphere, or is it the investors that would be doing the draft?
Right now, everything is about the investors. The investors.
As a practical matter, how will this work with the shoe companies and the traditional sponsorship of individual athletes?
They will still continue to wear whatever they currently wear. There'll be no interference with any of the shoe companies whatsoever. Every athlete, just like they compete in this event, just like they compete in the national championships, in track and field, and the NCAAs, they all have different logos on their uniforms, and so a team could have different shoe companies sponsoring the individual athletes, and their uniforms will all be the same that they wear now. So an OTC athlete will wear an OTC uniform. A Brooks Beast athlete will wear the Brooks Beast uniform. I have nothing to do with it.
Will you have a single shoe or apparel sponsor for the circuit?
Not at this time.
How's this week going?
How's the week going? Other than it being hot, I think it's a fantastic event. The athletes, of course, as usual, do a great job. I think that we will be. I think we'll send a great team to Beijing. Seems to have been a seamless operation. I don't know. How do you guys think it's gone?
It's been pretty hot.
Pretty great.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Especially in here.
Exciting competition. Exciting competition.
Yeah, I think it's. From my perspective, it's gone great, and our big deal is to make sure that this is not, when we have a world championship or an Olympic trials, that's not the only thing that's important in the sport of track and field. We've got to get track being thought about in the summer months. You know, we get into a point where we're, after this event, nobody utters the words track and field in the United States except when something controversial comes up.
And what was behind the decision to not fly the Mississippi State flag?
Well, the way that came about was Michael Riley, who is was our Track Towns event organizer, reached out to me and suggested that as we put the flags up, should we be flying a flag with the should we be flying that flag? And he recommended that we not recommend it, and I fully supported it. I think in light of the issues that are going on now throughout the country, we felt it was just the most respectful and thoughtful thing we could do. We weren't trying to make a political statement. We were strictly trying to respect basic, just do the right things for the right reasons.
What are the early returns on the new formatting for the NCAA? I know that opened up the door for more television coverage. What are the feedback that they're getting from the athletes and the coaches about this?
I think whenever you put anything new together, there are going to be pluses and minuses. I kind of chuckle with some of the. For the most part, it's been really positive. I would say that there are a couple of real issues that we need to address that impact the athletes, but Signut, and I say this basically to you because someone mentioned to me that one of the reasons that it might be a challenge was that track and field news predictions generally are 95% accurate in the sprints and hurdles, and this time there was some percentage that was lower. I got a good laugh out of that one. I think you'll all get a good laugh out of that. That wouldn't be a good reason for us to change the board.
Our predictions are always right.
Are there any plans to upgrade the wireless internet access, which has been almost impossible here during this meet?
Well, as these meets continue to progress, for the Olympic trials we will have it. It will be good, and for the NCAAs it'll be good, but it'll be great when we make the renovations because you won't be back here. You'll actually have a real workable space. So I apologize for the inconveniences to you guys, but we'll fix them.
Are there any new updates on Portland 2016?
2016 is going to be, we're really excited about that. Our track will be shipped from Estonia, where it's being built, and it will be shipped in on July 2nd. So it'll take, I don't know how long it will take to get here, but we will have it housed in Portland, and then it will be surfaced in Portland. It'll be set up, and who knows, if we get it up early enough, maybe we'll consider having another meeting.
Have a media opportunity as it's shipped up the river, or?
I don't think it's coming by river, but it'll be will there be a media opportunity? There'll be, as I promised last year when we first talked about this, and I said that would be a media event where people will run, have an opportunity to run on the track, and Ken has offered to be the first one to step onto that track. Is that not true, Ken?
That'd be the first one to step on and the last one to finish.
Yeah.
Ben, for the benefit of everyone here, if they don't know about the setup for the indoor season next year and how the national championships is going to go into the world championships, you might want to explain.
Yeah, next year we have good partnership with the USA Track and Field, and we proposed to Max and the group that we would have the U.S. Championships, and of course, which is our qualifier for the World Championship, will be the first big event that will be held on that new track, and that'll be the Friday and Saturday preceding the World Championships. So the athletes will compete there, and I think the USA Track and Field is figuring out a way to keep them in Portland and then get them ready to compete on Thursday. March 17th is the first day, which will be the pole vault, and then the main events of the competition will be the 18th, the 19th, and 20th of 2016, and the indoor championships will be held in Portland as well.
And is that in the qualifying window for March for IAAF?
It's a good question. The IAAF has allowed the United States to run that event, but USA Track and Field will have to issue that qualifying procedure. My understanding is they have to have achieved the mark prior to that event and follow the same qualifying window as the rest of the world. But they did allow us to actually name the team, the team declarations after the U.S. Championships.
Vinn, strictly from a meet organizer standpoint, how happy were you when Alberto came out with that statement on Wednesday, and it kind of seemed to maybe throw a little water on what could have been a controversial weekend and having that doping scandal kind of hanging over this meet?
Well, as you know, I've always felt that this thing would be sorted out, and there was a lot of hype around drawing conclusions before information was out there. Now, Alberto has clearly stated his position, or restated his position, and I still believe that the appropriate organizations will get the information pushed out there, and it'll be resolved. So I was happy that it moved in that direction, and I was glad it happened before the national championships happened. But for me, my objective is to create the best environment for Team USA to select its team for the World Championships, and that's where my focus always has been.
Yeah, I know there's one day left, but has anything in particular stood out for you in these first 3 days?
All those exciting events have been great. I think that we're going to send just a phenomenal team to Beijing. I feel, obviously I would be remiss if I didn't say that I was pretty excited about our sprinters on the women's side, because it'll be an interesting Oregon presence. Sorry for the local flavor in that, but
the indoor season is different from outdoor. I mean, so you're going to have the qualifying meet a week ahead of the World Championships. Would you be in favor of moving the qualifying meets for the outdoor World Championships and Olympics closer to the World Championship?
I actually haven't thought about that, Sig. So I really, I think that back to the Tracktown Summer Series, because I think with that gap between the U.S. Championships and the Olympic trials, I think it creates a real difficulty for the athletes, always having to figure out what they're supposed to do to best prepare to peak at their ultimate goal meet, and that is the Olympic Games or the World Championship, and to be able to support themselves. And that's honestly why we went forward with this Tracktown Summer Series, was to meet that objective. And all of this is for value added. We certainly don't have any interest in taking over where other opportunities are out there. We want to add something to it and not knock something down in order to create some room for something else. This is a real need, and I felt it's been a need for 20 years. So that may impact that, but I haven't thought far enough or thoughtfully enough.